Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before starting, subscribe and like the videos, it really helps a lot. The content from this video are taken from the web novel and manga series of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Now please enjoy the video.
Part 3. We left the classroom and went to the cafeteria. Since classes are in session, the cafeteria is deserted. I sat somewhere and buried my face on the table. I was slightly overwhelmed. It was all my fault. Norn was being compared to me and wanted to cry. The students in that classroom realized that Norn and I were brother and sister. Of course. Unlike Aisha, Norn and I come from the same father and mother. Our faces are quite similar, and Norn hates being associated with me. Of course she would also hate being compared to me while my name was being praised. Of course, they were not in the wrong. At the very least, it wasn't like they were making comparisons with ill intent. There were those who were close enough to her to say those things. That she was different from that infamous leader of misfits. However, I am a celebrity in this school. And, being famous, it was easy for people to make comparisons. However, for Norn, that comparison was painful. Even at their previous school, she was always being compared to Aisha. She must have built up a lot of stress from constantly being compared to her sister. Entering a new school, living in the dorms, she was finally able to separate from Aisha. Or so she thought, but now she's being compared to me. No matter where she goes, she sees herself as the inferior sibling. It must be painful for her. Not to mention that incident with the panties. None of the freshmen involved in that incident were scarred by it. Thanks to Ariel's follow-up, it merely became a funny story. Although there were originally rumors that they were coerced into stripping, it was actually a cheerful spectacle of Rinia trading them new panties. That was what Ariel reported to those watching from the sidelines who thought there was extortion going on. I left the follow-up to Ariel. She had the ability to do so. Even so, Norn must have received an indescribable shock. That such a pervert was above her. What am I even doing? Getting ahead of myself, going to the classroom. Saying all those things. What kind of overprotective parent am I? Wasn't I just a big idiot? Thank you, both of you. It seems I am an idiot. For now, I thanked them. They were following an idiot. I had made them do such useless things. You're not an idiot for acting on your sister's behalf, NYA. But that was surprising. I've got a better opinion of you now, Nano. I made a cup, and poured water into it. Then drank. There was no taste. But it managed to help me relax a bit. Hey, boss. What will you do now, NYA? There's nothing I can do. It's my fault that she became a shut-in. She shut herself in. Yes, she's confined herself. Although it's only been one day. She has shut herself in. We must make her attend class by force, Nano. That's right, NYA. If she doesn't come out, she'll become a moron, Nano. Right, NYA, right, NYA. She'll become a moron like Rinia. It's as Pursena says, NYA. What? I have no time for this comedy duo. I understand the difficulties of a shut-in. It's not like anybody likes to decide that they don't want to leave their room. To not come out, there's a reason that makes them not come out. Even if you force them to come out, nothing will be resolved. It'll just make the situation worse. Even so, remaining as a shut-in is no good. She'll definitely regret it. After a month or two, she'll realize that time has been permanently lost. Since I'm the one saying this, I can't be wrong. But even if I explained it, she won't understand. The regret that you can't return is something you can only see in hindsight. If she becomes a shut-in for 1 year, or 10 years, no regrets will form. And then, when she does begin to regret, it will be too late. That's why parents are always making their children do their best. Because they will more or less regret it. As siblings, as one with the lowest ability, what can she do when other people say things like that? When I asked Rinia and Pursena, they just shrugged. I'm not an idiot, so I don't understand, NYA. We do reasonably well, Nano. Come to think of it, these guys were idiots and not leadership material, so they were sent here. The patriarch probably told them to study and be suitable leaders. Though they are idiots, if they're that optimistic, then it's not a problem, I guess. However, Norn is very Faye. I'll be troubled to lump her together with them. But, there's one other thing, NYA. Rinia proudly boasted that name. Aunt Ghislaine was a violent person that couldn't do anything well. but when she began swordsmanship she became a sword king nya. Ah, I see. Ghislaine was a bit of an exception. However, it was probably an unexpected talent that she had. To begin with, there's no need for her and Aisha to do the same thing. If you don't want to be compared, just do things that can't be compared. Though I can't think of anything for her to do. However, the world is big. Be it magic, or swordsmanship, one can discover anything. Or perhaps she can find a passion for something despite having no talent. Like Zenoba. Even though Zenoba has no talent in making dolls, he happily appreciates them each day. Creating dolls, viewing them, loving them, and even collecting them. That is enough for him to live happily. Living happily like that is fine. However, if I said that, she wouldn't accept it. If it was me, I wouldn't accept it. Be as it may, what can I say? There's no need to think about it so hard nya. Just say it straight out nya. That's right. Tell her to come right out and take classes. You guys can say it so easily. But, if that's the case, is it because I'm overthinking this? Norn is only 10 years old. She might just be throwing a tantrum. In the first place, even though she's still shut in, it's only been a day, and this is only day 2. If it's only to that extent, rather than being a shut-in, isn't she merely secluding herself? Anybody would seclude themselves when they feel down. It's not about talking. It's not about taking action. Thinking about it, isn't this just running away? As a brother, I should support her and make her life as comfortable as possible. If this is what she wants to do, then isn't it alright? Isn't it alright to have some gloomy thoughts? But Norn isn't old enough to be considered a middle schooler or high schooler. She's still an elementary 3rd grader. Alright, let's meet with her. Before I realized, I had already decided. Then that's good nya. A quick slap to the face is good nano. Though I said to meet, will she listen to what I say? I was the cause. I can't think of anything to say. No, I won't think of it right now, but I should say something when I meet her. How can I meet with her? Norn was in the female dorms. Even if I ask at the front of the dorms, I will probably won't be allowed to go in. We'll just enter by force nya. We'll sneak in nano. Let us guide you. Rinia and Pursena thumped their big chests. Part 4 Infiltrating. Though, it wasn't all that difficult. I have a lot of allies on my side. Sylphy and Princess Ariel were here too. When I told Ariel about the situation, she willingly became an ally. Even so, aside from Goriade, the girls' dormitory vigilante patrols were not sympathetic to my cause, so we had snuck in. The spies were Rinia, Pursena, and Sylphy. Sylphy was downtrodden. Sorry, even though I told you to leave it to me with Norn-chan in the dorms, I hadn't asked her anything. No, it's not your fault, Sylphy. I am the one to blame. I explained to Sylphy what happened. That it was my fault that Norn became a shut-in. Sylphy had a dark face, and shook her head. It's not Rudy's fault. But, I hadn't done anything. What I should do, I don't know. But, I must do something.
That's it guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want more and don't forget to like the videos.